Hi guys, my name is Flynn Cohen. I'm a composer, mandolin player, and acoustic guitar player based in New England. When I'm not playing in my touring band, I sit at home and practice a lot and do weird experiments with the instruments I have lying around. One of the things that I'm here to tell you about is how to take a conventional instrument and do some interesting stuff with the tuning. So this is a mandolin, and mandolins are tuned in fifths between the strings, just like a violin, G, D, A, E. The difference between the violin and the mandolin in terms of the strings is that we have doubled strings, and they are unisons. So it's two Gs, two Ds, two As, two Es. However, with this, I wanted to experiment with what we call, in fiddle music, I call it cross tuning, and which is kind of like an open tuning on an acoustic guitar. And in classical music, the term they use is scordatura. And excuse me, the thing that I did with this one is that instead of having unisons between the strings, so it just sounded like the same note when you push both strings down and played that, I tuned the strings a micro interval apart. And by micro interval, I mean it is a interval that does not appear in the 12-tone scale. Now, it is a microtonally altered version of one that we could describe as a minor third. The interval in tuning talk is called a septimal minor third, and that means it is tuned a perfect fifth away from the seventh harmonic of the overtone series of one of the strings. That is the technical explanation. Can't even hear the high harmonics as we go up on the mandolin. But when we go higher up on the overtone series, we get intervals that are out of tune with the 12-tone scale. So anyway, I have that interval between them. So this is what they sound like. And I find that the septimal minor third, which in tuning nomenclature is called a 7-to-6 ratio, I find that it sounds kind of bluesy. And so I thought I would write a sort of experimental bluesy number for the mandolin using this technique. And so this 1-minute tune that I wrote to go on Instagram, which handles 1-minute video, is called Global Pandemic Mandolin Blues, appropriately for when I wrote it, which was April 18th, 2020. Okay, so I'm going to play it for you now, and let me know if you think it sounds kind of bluesy. Here we go. Hope you like that. If you want to experiment with your mandolin, I would try picking any tuning that's different than a unison between the strings and experimenting. You could do different intervals between the different strings. I happen to have them uniform so that it's the same funny minor third between each pair, but you could do anything. And really, you don't need to know tuning theory and ratios to experiment with this. Just follow your ear and just play it and see what kind of quirky stuff you can come up with. All right, Thingamajig friends, have a good one.